Hello friends, and welcome back to this playthrough of Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. We are in Erika's chapter 17. Erika's level 1 because she just promoted. And we are nearing the end of the game. We do have a bunch of the Tower of Volney unlocked if we wish to go do that. We got some random encounters if we wish to go do that. We are mostly, though, where we need to be and where we want to be. The only thing I can't remember is where my boots went. And that's real annoying because they're double boots. And I'm sure I picked them up, but I forget who I gave them to. So if someone has a movement speed that's too higher than it should be, you'll know. It is not in any one of these tabs, or at least it shouldn't be. What we have done is passed out the end of game weapons to pretty much everyone. Erika has her 2 unique weapons and just a bunch of killing edges because she's locked to swords. Tana is locked to javelins and, well, javelins and killer lances. Ross has axes. He has Garm. Lute has Excalibur. She also has Elfire and Fire. Mulder has staves and the Shrine Staff. Arthur has a couple staves. He has the Divine Tome and some backups. Garrick with an assortment of swords and axes. Rennick doesn't need anything. Seth has Adulma. He can't use it right now because he's like 2 sword uses away from S rank. Myrrh, she has better stat growths and please no crit me. Ephraim has his 2 weapons, Killer Lance, which he probably doesn't need, and the Javelin. Franz is on just all sorts of weapons. Turns out the only unique Super Spear is what's his name? Ephraim only. However, Franz makes up for this by just being a murder machine. Tethys can't actually use anything, so she's just carting stuff around. Ines has bows because he is our bow user. Sala's sitting over here asking to come to maps. And Vanessa has lances because she is also a flying unit and uses lances. Everyone else pretty much just Holton stuff for everyone else. We have a bunch of Hero Crests and Night Crests we're never going to use. We have extra javelins and hand axes stashed away because you never know when you're going to need those. Noel's the only one that can use Dark Tomes, and in this playthrough, he's bad. He can be better in Ephraim's run. Dussel is a guy. Like, he's a horseman in a game where we have Horse Girl, Horse Boy, Horse Kid, and Horse Seth. So, like, we also have Horse Healer and Horse Red and Green Knight. So, it's hard for him to exist in this world. We are on to the next chapter. The sacred stones radiate a constant and dazzling light. They're the only power against the dark. It's only natural that evil would seek to destroy him. could be no other force behind this attempt. And now our old buddy is going to tell us why he's not super evil and stuff. Turns out Lion's always been kind of a little shit. I don't know anything about magic, but you sound like a dumb. It's like, I'm sure Erika would agree if she could talk. She agrees. The sacred stones that lock away the dark god are maybe too powerful to be used for personal gain. Yeah, that sounds like an understatement. See, he wasn't always a bad guy, just kind of an idiot. So much for the might of Frelia. You Freilian fools have been wiped out by those guys. A skirmish. Something evil is afoot. Even his text boxes, when they make noise, are a bit weird. Hello, Demon King. Oh dear. He knows they're brother and sister, right? I'm not quite sure he does. Okay, this map. There's a vendor over here if we need to buy things. We can hit this snag and make a bridge. Don't tell these guys though. We'll get a Brave Axe out of this. That is a weapon that hits twice. And if you would double, it hits 4 times. At least I think it does in this version of the game. We have a guiding ring. If we want to promote any more casters. I don't know if we have any casters left to promote that we don't have a guiding ring for. Say hello to Fimblevetter. It's okay. We'll get a Nosferatu, a very amazing dark spell that in this game is kind of lightweight and lowish damage. It's amazing in other Fire Emblem games. Usually ones where you can use it when you're more than like 2 maps from finished, and characters can use it who aren't named Noel, who is sitting on our bench. We can steal the Dragon Shield. That's another 2 defense thing from this Berserker. We probably won't though, because that requires a thief. And we wrap around to the front. Here's a Cyrene. She's a Falconite. Her stats exist. She comes with a Silver Lance and the ability to use it, and a Javelin. She does not come with a sword, though. We also have a civilian that will die from being licked at, a civilian that will die from being licked at, a small child who will die from being licked at, and another small child who is also in danger of dying from being licked at. We have another snag that'll make a bridge here. We have an armory in case we need to send Tethys up to buy equipment. For now, though. I'd like to say thank you to Rennick for coming with us last time. Here's where we start getting into our flex spots. We just get to determine who in our top 15 or so we want to bring, because there are 12 people to a map. Innes can shoot things, Tethys is a dancer, Sala is a backup caster / heal stave spammer, and Vanessa can fly. She looks a little pensive. A lot of it just comes down to what characters you like. We're gonna bring Myrrh because she could use some levels, and by that I mean she could use as many levels as we can get her. So with that, we shall get started. Let's check out what they're selling here. We can pick up Nosferatu if we have a Noel. Other than that, same stuff we've seen pretty much everywhere else. next map is more or less send everyone forward. We'll send some characters in each direction. Our goal is to defeat Leon. We will eventually make our way over to this armory with Tethys just in case. This is the reason why Myrrh needs levels. She's getting doubled. And if that happens too much, it's bad news bears. Thankfully, her growth rates are absurd. Also, as long as she is in dragon form, thanks to her dragon stone, she gets a huge stat bonus. Like, she looks like a little girl when you attack her on the map. I would not walk up to her and be like, "I'm gonna shoot lightning at you," because you're gonna get murdered. Welcome to Est in dragon form. She is almost always going to gain multiple stats in at least one stat per level up. There's no real reason to hold back. Her weapon has 50 charges. She's not going to see 50 combats before the end of the game. Seth gonna go ahead and miss an 83% hit chance. Twice, because he just has to disappoint this run, I suppose. We could have given some of our fun staves out to people. We did not, though. This is what Garm does. I'm hesitant to use Garm when he's going to stand here and get attacked by anything that doesn't go after Mir. Tana is also very good. She is going to have to head over to this side of the map and talk to Cyrene. Cyrene really wants to be talked to, but she really wants to be talked to by someone else who flies. I didn't actually want to do that. I targeted the wrong thing. As you can see, Cyrene does not want to talk to Erika. Or Loot. No one really wants to talk to Loot. If you take Loot to the map where Joshua's on, even though he talks about not wanting to kill girls, he will very much kill Loot. I guess he says he doesn't want to kill women, and Loot is not a woman, I suppose she's a girl. So apparently that does not count. Every time Ross flips his axe into the air, something that is not the final boss of this game dies. Even with the slim lance, Mulder doubles people. Mulder, you are nowhere near magic kept. Welcome to Killer Lances. And killer weapons in general. That's a cute attack right there. Luna, thankfully, is a much faster animation than Flux. Flux is the stupidest animation in a game I've seen in a long time. These druids have essentially no hit points for this stage of the game. It is almost comical that they exist. Loot's using fire because Loot one-shots them with fire. With a weapon triangle disadvantage. And maximum accuracy. Franz and Derek are going to hang back up here. Okay, Seth, you have one job. It wasn't to get a crit, but that's perfectly fine. It saves me a killing edge use. Look how close he is to S-rank swords. I think he can S-rank swords. It'll be crazy if we find out he can't. Ross did not throw his axe in the air, so it did not immediately die. However, it has a 0% chance to do 0 damage to him. And a 100% chance to do 0 damage to him. So that's fine. Myrrh does not get doubled. Also, remember when those things could do damage to her? Takes Myrrh just a couple hits to get going. If she doesn't die real fast, she's not going to die. Like, that's a terrible level up for her, and it still gave her attack, defense, and speed. There's the axe in the air. They really don't like Tethys. Unfortunately for them, Tethys doesn't really like them either. Hello, Serene. You'll notice that if this guy, well, you'll notice that Cyrene can basically fly over here and solo everything but the boss. Franz would like you to know that that is seemingly no big deal for most of the members of this team, as he gets a crappy level to show off. It's largely because he can't get strength or speed anymore. He's still nowhere near good on defense, but it does not seem to be much of an issue for him. The downside of throwing this hand axe is that we will be locked to that hand axe for... Actually, there can't be anything else attacking us from where they are, so we're good. If you're going to give Garrick free XP, he's going to take free XP. Okay, Seth. S-Strength Swords. I'm beginning to think maybe he can't S-Strength Swords and that Erika is going to be using Adulma along with everything else she's using. Because that looks like it's as capped as it can get and won't get any more increased. Goodbye, Mr. Paladin. We're gonna burn through some shines, or maybe Harvest Fest. That is the shine crit. It involves Arthur just kind of flapping around a little bit. Oh, need to turn Cyrene's attack animations on. and move forward. Erika's going to check what they have for sale. Killing edges, killing lances, reavers, hand axes. Nothing we don't have. That, of course, being the one thing Cyrene can't deal with down here. And by can't deal with, I mean she does not have the ability to double him, or one-round him, or one-shot him. The casters are not particularly dangerous. They might be if she stops getting a resistance or doesn't get it at all. And a superfluous crit. You bastard. I don't think you get anything for keeping them alive, but it would have been nice to keep them alive. Sorry, I had someone asking me a question. That might get passed around to one of our mages. And by might, I mean probably will. We don't necessarily want Ephraim right there, but I'm gonna say it might not even matter, really. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna matter. Fenrir's a pretty cool dark tome. But Excalibur, Air Caliber, Graph Caliber, depending on which game you're playing, is also pretty cool. Do any of you have anything cool I can take before we end this map? Steel lances. Silver axes down there. You don't. I'm sure you won't, sir. And Erika just gets a great level up. Wish could have had some, or a defensive stance. And Nosferatu to the convoy. I sacrifice this flesh. Hey, the Sacred Twins. You notice we're getting named weapons for everybody. Which is pretty neat. Next time, we'll be on Chapter 18. Ines is following Leon, and we are... No, we should be heading into... find La Rochelle's stone, but who knows if we will. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.